Hey, TikTok and YouTube, it's time for another book review. Not working and using the gym seems to be good for my to-be-read pile. So what are we reviewing today? Today we're reviewing this book, Orphan Train, by Christina Baker Klein. Now, I'm going to preface this to let you guys know that I am a birth mom. I did place a child up about 10 years ago. And sometimes these stories are hard to read because it is a dose of reality about, how adoptees are treated sometimes. And this is a conversation that we need to have about adoptees as well as birth moms that are taken advantage of in this world. However, this is not the same kind of storyline. This is from the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, where a young lady lost her father in a fire, and her brothers and her mom went. She had a mental breakdown and couldn't care for her anymore. So what they did back then was they would put these kids on a train and ship them out west outside of New York City to find them homes. And unfortunately, this poor young lady had a rough go for a good while. A couple homes didn't work out. They really didn't screen anybody. It's basically like Free to Good Home on Facebook, when people give away pets. And unfortunately, there is a Facebook page where people can rehome adoptees, which I think is really awful. And me, as somebody who placed a child up for adoption, that's not something I want to see or hear that people do, because we're made to believe that the children that we place are going to a good home, and unfortunately that doesn't always happen, and that's very disappointing, because unfortunately we're usually in our worst, and we want to make sure that that child is going to have better than we can give, and unfortunately we're weaseled and scheme and scam to do that. So this book, it wasn't as dark as most stories of this storyline would be. It was it had some rough points in it, but it was lightly written, so you didn't get that whole roller coaster ride feeling, which is nice. But at the same time, this is a conversation that we do need to have, because some of these children are probably still alive today, and I'm sure they would like to have the truth out there, right? That's why books like this are kind of important to have the conversation. However, this is, it's nice to have it light. My favorite author is Frank McCourt, and his story was kind of dark, but he made light of things. That's just the Irish way, So I definitely would recommend this book if you want it to be light. Very good. I do like historical fiction. I don't read smut, so if I do book reviews, it's not going to be that. So very good storyline. It could use a little darkening, but maybe not. Who knows? Maybe that's not where the author was going, and that's fine. We all have our ways. So my next read, which I will review here, is going to be The Pole Stars. So look out for that review. Thank you for stopping by, and get reading. And if it's banned for a good reason, so make sure you read banned books. See you next time.